So guys, today I am going to be unboxing this Samsung 860 EVO 500 gig SSD, and if you can hear in the background, I have my AC on because it's kind of hot outside. So I have my computer, so I'll just close that, and you can hear my chair. So this is the Samsung 860 EVO right here, and I am going to cut this part. Is that how you're supposed to open it? Never really opened a box like this before, so can I turn up my screen brightness? Okay. Trying to open this correctly. What is this made out of? This sticky, not sticky stuff, this tape. So okay. It's kind of tough to open. Okay, this is how you open it. There it is. Well, that's just paper. Since I don't have an overview, you guys are gonna have to... I'll just... Dang it. There we go. There it is. So, is this aluminum? Yeah, it's aluminum. Trying to get this so here's this, and I have this, the 860 EVO, and yeah, this is thinner than my hard drive, but the same size because it's a 2.5 inch. And I'm not going to be messing with this just quite yet. I will later today. And I have this enclosure. There's like some tape here. Okay. And I bent the box a little bit. Oops. Whatever. Okay. They're trying to make me... Like, I was thinking of opening it this way, but no, you have to do it this way. There it is. So this is USB 3.0 to 3.0. Well, I think online it said USB 3.1 on Amazon. But... And just to let you guys know, I will not put this SSD in here. This is for the hard drive because I do not want to risk, like, you know, let's say this is a really bad enclosure and it kills a drive. I'd rather have it kill my hard drive than my SSD. So, plastic. I mean, I wasn't expecting very much. And how do you open it? Isn't it just... I don't want to break it. Okay, so this pamphlet, it says push and lift. So if it's this way, it's saying push this way and lift. Okay guys, I just had to do something real quick, but said to, is it, which way do you, oh, there it is. Very cheap. What is this for? Is this just padding? Because let's just say I put the SSD in here. I will, just to test. So it goes in this way. Fits in like that. But I'm not gonna put the SSD in here. And this drive is not really... Slowly wiggle it out. Because it's like, if I go too far, and you see my finger, I got hurt a while ago, like a few days ago. There. Because it was like, started to sound like something was breaking on the inside. Because I didn't lift up too far, I just lifted up just a little bit. But, I definitely do not trust the SSD in this. I trust the hard drive more. Even though if I look at the box, it says SATA hard drive, and then it says SATA SSD. But what I'm gonna do, oops. I mean, it's fine because it's an SSD, not a hard drive. But for now, so yeah, this Enclosure, pretty cheap build quality, but I mean, okay, now how do you put it back on? Oh, I see, okay. So you have to, like, in the inside you have to line up the clips and then you have to push. And then what I'm gonna do is grab the stuff down there. But how did... What? Okay, I don't even know how that got in. But, goes like that. Okay. And then close that back up. Whatever, it's not completely closed, but... And then the SSD, don't forget the manual, whatever. Installation guide is what it says. Put it in. And done. So I will stop the video here. When I put it in, like when I have to go to my mom's computer and clone it. That's kind of why I got the Enclosure. So I could clone the hard drive to the SSD. Because I want to like have the Dell OEM image on the SSD instead of just the hard drive. I could right now just, you know, unscrew the back, put the SSD and install Windows, but you know, I kind of want to clone it, so yeah. I don't know if I'm going to record the process of doing it, probably when it's done, but I will, once it is done, I will put the SSD in the computer. I will clean the computer, like, I'm gonna try and make it like a reboxing and then an unboxing again. Like how I did in the video that's before this video. So I'll put a link in the description so you can watch it. And I'm also gonna put an end card, or not an end card, not an end card. I'm gonna put one of those cards that right there. So yeah, if I do, but yeah. Have these. And my friend Tony, link in the description, he let me borrow one of his SSDs. It was 60 gigs. It didn't have a lot of space, but for the time being, it was fine. It was... I didn't really feel true SSD speeds, because it was a SATA 3 SSD, but in terms of speeds, it was like SATA 1, but it was still fast. But this is SATA 3, and this is like the max amount of SATA 3, or the maximum amount of speed for SATA 3. And I mean, the SSD that he let me borrow was it was older, so that's why it wasn't nearly as fast as the new ones, but it was still a good SSD. But I have this, so yeah, I will when it comes time to do this later today, I have some live streams to watch, so I'm going to hold off on this. I really want to do it now, but I will wait. And then once it, it's time, then I'll put it in the computer, clean the computer. Pretty much, I will rebox it, and then you guys will see a unboxing number 2, I guess. But, yeah, so see you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay, guys, so I didn't do the SSD thing like I promised, because I wanted to set this up. So it's about 1.3 terabytes written later, and like, this SSD is so freaking fast. Like, I can shut down the computer. Let me shut it down. And I disabled a fast startup, so it's not going to be nearly as fast, but it's still fast. So turn it on. Okay, it has the Dell logo. Look at how fast this is. Login screen. Sees my face. Desktop. That fast. So it's pretty dang fast. Because if I shut down without fast startup on a hard drive, oof. But let me get my hard drive. So I don't care, Dell Connect. So right here, that was an NCS song because I was listening to it. My hard drive's right here. So my hard drive's right here, and I have it in the enclosure. I have it in the enclosure, and if I plug in my hard drive, you can hear. And the audio isn't as good because I have max audio off. So if I turn it on, and I noticed max audio isn't as good as last I remember on my old A10, because like the audio cuts in and out, as in like let me my NCS song. Shut up, phone. I'm just gonna mute my phone because I don't. NCS, Lost Sky Vision, I guess. So, okay. Oh, it's muted, of course. How wonderful. Okay, so if you listen, let me open it side by side. I hate using this trackpad. Not because the trackpad's terrible to use, it's because it's a trackpad. But, it's nice, my fan. Okay. So, like, if I go here, a lot of the time it does this. Yeah, that thing where you just heard the glitching, that happens only on a reason, or like when I turn on the computer. That it sometimes it scares me, but I get used to it sometimes. But not, it doesn't. That does not happen. but that only happens like half a minute after I turn on the computer. But that's not the biggest deal. But it only happens once. So it's like, and all of a sudden it does this. And that really annoys me, but, like, if I don't use the speakers, then it doesn't do that. So, pretty much just don't do that. But Lost Sky Vision is pretty good. Gets pretty loud. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, if you, this is what I would call, Chromebook speakers. This is Chromebook speakers. Normal Windows laptop speakers. Dell. You can change the bass. The song's pretty good, though. Right here. I'm gonna crank up the bass. All the way. But they are really good speakers. I want to see if I can capture it on camera. Okay, well I can't, but Lost Sky Vision, and if I scroll down to Diamond Eye Stars, right here. Dang it. Right here. I like this part, the Reach for the Stars, because, what was it? Reach for the Stars because I'm aiming high. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, let me do a test. Diamond Eye, hold on, because it's a pretty good song. Come on. It's not my computer, it's the internet. So this would be on. Off. It sounds terrible. On. Off. On. You can tell it's like a big freaking difference. I mean, but yeah. So the Samsung 860 EVO is pretty good. It's like quite fast and all that. Like, if I had a fast startup on, it would be way faster to boot up. But it's like, what is it, like 10 or 5 seconds slower or something? It's probably like 10 seconds slower, but it's not the biggest deal. But yeah, it's still pretty fast. And then the UHD 620, obviously, I've used it for quite a while, and dang, it is a good GPU. It's like if I get another 4 or 8 gig stick of RAM to get like either 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, I can get pretty much the level of performance of a NVIDIA GeForce 920M or 910M. But, I mean, even though that's like a low-end GPU for like laptops from like 2014, 2015, like for the Intel UHD 620, for me, all I do on this computer, the GPU handles it just fine. But for me, it could be my internet, but I've tried 8K 60 FPS YouTube videos, and my computer kind of struggles, but 4K 60, perfect. But yeah, this laptop's pretty good. I know you guys have already seen me unbox it, but yeah. So this laptop is pretty good. It's fast. Now that with the SSD, it is blazing fast. But it seemed like the hard drive was actually slowing down the CPU somehow. But I mean, yeah. And then I got Aero Glass, which I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it for, because like if you look here, you can see. But I don't know if I'm gonna keep it there. And then I have my iPod's plugged in, then the SSD, the hard drive, and the hard drive because I partitioned it. So I'm just gonna I'm using my old laptop hard drive as an external. Let me do that. Okay, and now unplug and put this away. So yeah, and then the brightness on the keyboard, 1, 2, off, 1, 2, off. I normally keep it on 1, but I mean, I guess I might use 2 every now and then, but yeah, as of right now, I'm only using 142 gigs, so I have plenty of space for right now. It's just when obviously, I do not ever want to hit the red, like making the bar red. I do not ever want to hit that limit, because that's actually bad for the SSD. And like if I open the Magician software, do something over provisioning, and I can set a specific amount of space. So if this fills up, then technically, because it even says if you read, you can pause the video to read that. But I don't know if I want to do that. It's just, let me open defrag. I know never ran needs optimization. Okay. Trimming, done. Defrags take forever. Believe me, I've done defrags before, and it takes like many hours. And trimming an SSD, it's like click, done. You know, power of the SSDs. So yeah. And I used this is the second install on this SSD, because the original install, which was the cloned one, I didn't really like it that much, and it was like not really messing up, it kind of was. But then what I did, since, you know, I decided to be stupid, and on the hard drive before I got the SSD, I decided to update the OS recovery. So pretty much the OS recovery is dead. So one of my friends said that if you reset Windows on like an OEM install, it still will use the install. But like the original computer came with FCU 1709 and buggy update. If you're on it, update it. If you can't, then me or one of my friends could help. But so the weird thing was, I reset, which on the hard drive, it's like the EFI, the C drive, no Windows recovery, support assist or Dell support assist recovery, and the image. And what I did was I like, I updated to 19H1 and that put back the recovery, which is 19H1 recovery, which is the clean install. So, like, if you don't have this partition right here, if you reset Windows, it's gonna go here, which means a clean install. And I did technically a clean install, and for some reason it used like the 19H1 recovery and the image, which is weird because it's like all the applications that were in the image are on 19H1, yet it somehow, I guess, used both. It's complicated, but like, pretty much the wallpaper was not the Dell wallpaper. It was, if I can find it, Windows key E. So the OEM stuff, now there were, it was still OEM, okay? But there were like parts that looked like a clean install, but let me set the hideous new Windows background. Ew, makes me throw up in my mouth. But this wallpaper was set. Dark theme taskbar. The support assist there was not on the taskbar. The only thing on the desktop was the Microsoft Edge icon. Don't be so edgy. Yeah, don't be so edgy. And I go here, I go the C drive, Windows, I went to web, then I went to wallpaper, and I was like, I saw Dell, and I was like, this is OEM 19H1, what the heck? So I set the wallpaper, I put that there, which for some reason, like, if you look at if you look, you can see Google Chrome, File Explorer, that and that. So pretty much Dell OEM, I feel like, should be like that. But no, it was like that, and I have OCD, and that triggers me, so I moved it there, and then once I installed all my applications, it will autofocus. Oop, okay. Trackpad's being stupid. I moved it here, and all that. So yeah, but and then if I go like Windows key R, Control System, you can see I did not set that. You can change that in WinRAR Tweaker, but I did not do that. And now it's opening Microsoft Edge beta, but and I entered a Pro key, and for some reason, OEM, you get Pro. How nice is that? And I did not crack it, because I don't really do that. But you can see it has all that. I need to eventually upgrade the RAM. But it has 19H1 Windows 10 Pro OEM. So, and I'm going to try and not lose OEM. Because on both of my old laptops, I did lose OEM. Actually, 3. Because we got the E2, the A10, and then the FX. So, pretty much when I got the Envy, I decided to be stupid. And when I was resetting, I shut the computer down and pretty much broke. So, literally the day I got that laptop, I lost OEM. And if I reset, it would have had Windows 10 November update 10586, TH2, and new not best, RTM best. But yeah, so my AMD E2, which was the red laptop that you can see in my older videos, not the Celeron, but the E2, that had Windows 10 AU on it. Then I got the AMD A10. If you want to experience a overheating laptop and a loud CPU fan, go ahead and get one if you want. I'm not saying to go get it, but if you want, which On this laptop, it has a quiet fan, but I kind of, you know, I kind of miss the loud fan and the overheating, because like I put my finger here, and it was like, it freaking hurt when like 2 weeks after I got the laptop, or a week after I got it, it started overheating, and the CPU was hitting like 94 Celsius, which is like 200 and something Fahrenheit. And guess what? The T-junction, which is the maximum temperature it can operate before stuff starts happening, was 90 Celsius. Oh! So pretty much just using it was pretty much that A10 was trying to kill itself. But then my AMD FX, which was not an AMD FX, it was pretty much just a slightly more overclocked AMD A10, that exact A10, the 8700P. Pretty much it was just like, it didn't overheat, but honestly, this laptop, this Intel Core i5-8250U, is like so good. It actually does literally everything I want. And none of these things, the GPU or CPU, are not bottlenecking me, and the SSD is not. The RAM isn't really bottlenecking me, but if I do a VM, 2 gigs is the max, or else I'm gonna hit page file. And if you do not know what page file is, pretty much when your computer, like when all your RAM is in use, pretty much it uses your drive, SSD or hard drive, and an SSD is so much slower than RAM, like it is. But like, pretty good. But like, there's been points where I've almost hit page file. I've never hit page file once on this SSD, and I sure as heck don't want to. But yeah, so that was 21 minutes. So I'm gonna stop recording this. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.